Welcome back to DeHaps. This is Steve and Monty, along with Heather and Scott Amos. They're starting a new food truck here in Pella. Why don't you tell us how you got into that?
By default, basically. We're doing the barbecue sauce in a lot of stores, trying to venture out more into a lot more locations. And this has been a dream of mine. We started with the sauce first, and then she pushed me right off the cliff. It was like, we do a good thing with the sauce. You cook it, you do good with the barbecue. Let's just go full in. So
Can you tell me a little more about the sauce? Is it like spicy, sweet, and how'd you get into that?
I kind of ripped her mom's recipe off, a little bit of both. I had my dad's recipe and then mine, well, hers, and I just blended them both, and they worked. And so started out with the original first, and the original just took off. And then started messing around with spicy. It took off as well. She, of course, liked the maple. I mean, she wanted the maple out there really, really bad. I pulled back 6 months, didn't do it because I wanted to see the sales on everything else, and everything else was just going crazy. So, the maple, I introduced it. 2 years ago at the Deer Classic.
Maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or a year. A year ago, I think. It's probably been out 2 years
Yeah,
now.
2 years on the maple, but it's three flavors, just original, spicy, and maple.
And it's sweet.
It's a sweet uh, ketchup base, no vinegar action at all. So it's kind of a knockoff of KC, Kansas City style barbecue sauce. So it's really good. It's not if you're looking for something sweet, heat, a lot of heat, not the one. But you're looking for just good flavor. If you got mediocre barbecue, this is gonna just take it to that next level.
What's the brand name on that again?
Amos flavor.
Amos. Okay.
Where can we get that? Where can we try it?
Got Hy-Vee's, Fairway, Tyson's, and a lot of Tyson's. Deja Vu Consignment, Ulrich's Meat Market,
The Wine House.
the Wine House, yeah.
I think we're in 30 some locations?
A lot, yeah, and growing into a lot more Hy-Vee's. I got a distributor that does that, so making headway.
Excellent. So, what kinds of when will you have the truck up and running and start serving some lunch around town?
That's a good question. After the city council meeting, I'm just waiting right now. They still got to go through their proper channels, and once that all gets final, which I'm hoping less than a month before it gets warm, then I'm all in. Yeah.
Are you ready to go as soon as they say yes?
If they do it
Yep.
tomorrow, I'm up.
You're
Yep,
up and
we're
running.
ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
If the weather holds out like it is, I mean, if it's a -20, that's kind of hard to go out.
Yeah,
But
anything below
if it-
freezing,
yeah.
I'm not doing it. No. I mean, I've done some catering out of it, and it works, but it's hard to run water consistently out of a unit that doesn't have very much insulation.
Yeah.
So I try to avoid damages that way.
But we're ready when the city says we can do it.
Any ideas where you're going to park this thing? And
For right now, Nick's Greenhouse on Oskaloosa,
Yep.
in that whole corridor, they've been really, really partial to us and really great individuals. I love them. And we'll be at my wife's location also, Deja Vu Consignment, from time to time. So,
My daughter said the high school parking lot would be prime.
That would be really nice. Because
That would be great.
I even asked them.
I'd come and eat every day.
Well, that would be. The city is saying right now that they'll just open up the
corridor one.
Oskaloosa corridor, and then as a, what do I want to say? I can't think of the word. As a start, and see how that goes. So, like, if we want to get a 6-month permit, that we could be there for 6 months, they'll not let us make us do the Dutch front. But, like,
Okay.
if we would want to park somewhere for 30 days, we would have to have a Dutch front on it. And then I think,
What do they mean by this Dutch front? What does
like
that
if you
entail?
go around town and see all of the other restaurants, how they have the gable, Like we would have to put some type of gable on the front that resembles the Dutch decor. So like at Tulip Time, all the booths that are uptown, they all have the gable or the Dutch front.
Is that something that's easy to do? Is that hard to do?
Well, I mean, it would, in all honesty, it probably wouldn't be that difficult. But the problem is that then you have to bring that to the city. Then the city all has to approve what you've done, find a builder to build it, and then make it easy enough to take it on and off to transport it. Because I mean, if you're going down a highway somewhere, you don't want a Dutch front on it to come off. If we're going to go up to Des Moines to set or Newton, I don't
True.
want a Dutch front on it then, right? And we're a barbecue business. If we were selling Poffertjes and bologna sandwiches, then we would have made the trailer to fit what we're selling, right? So the trailer specifically is built for barbecue, has that all over it, the wrap, has the logo on it and all of it. So it would totally change the appearance of the food trailer.
How long is the trailer? How big is it?
8.5 by 22.
Oh, so that's a good sized trailer.
Yeah.
22.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got a porch on it. Got an onboard smoker, ready to go.
And then it's a full catering kitchen inside.
Wow.
So
So what's the specialty? Is it ribs? Is it brisket? What's going to be the best thing from your menu?
My beans. Everyone loves baked beans. I just take them to a whole different level. I mean, got pork steak in it, and then I have a friend that recently hit me onto something else with the beans, like Fritos. Pour the Fritos right on top, like a walking taco. It's over.
it's so good. They
Yeah.
had it. They had beans left over from what we had given them, and they were trying to figure out what to do with them for lunch. So he got a bag of Fritos, put them on his plate, put the beans over it, and they texted us and we just found the next best thing. They're like, Fritos and your baked beans.
Yeah.
So we're gonna name it the Jake. That's who came up with it, and that's what's gonna be on the truck. But
Yeah, not from State Farm.
no,
Have you thought about going to the Iowa State Fair?
My distributor, he's already in there, and
the
we're
sauce.
doing taste tests with the sauce. So the first year was last year, and so it went well. He's got a trailer set up for all of it, so I just let him go with it. I think this year I'll jump in there, so I'll be out there, but not
Not
with the
selling,
food trailer. Yeah, we're just going to be promoting the Iowa market, everything.
it's not that cheap to get into the state fair.
No, it's not.
So maybe in a couple of years it could be a goal, but as of right now, I think it's just, mainly around Pella and getting it out and about. And we've been asked for a couple people for weddings as a reception
yeah.
to, just come out to the wedding, and that's how people will get their food is from the reception. So I think his pulled pork is really, really good. The pulled pork with the maple sauce on it.
Yeah, everything that I developed on the maple side of the sauce was basically for pulled pork. I was heavy with the pork, so I just crafted that. The pulled pork is dangerous already, so we're gonna have some mix-ups. Pulled pork sandwiches, pulled pork melts, tacos, the Jake, flooded with pulled pork. I mean, this is gonna get out of control.
I'm
It sounds heavenly.
It is.
yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. You said before we got on live, that you were going to try to park the truck at Deja Vu Consignments. What day was that again? And what hours?
So February 18 at Deja Vu Consignments, which is 630 Washington Street. It's actually our 8-year anniversary this year that we've been in business, or that my sister and I have owned it. So we thought, why not marry the two together? So as of right now, we're thinking like 11 to 1. We'll do just like little samples. And then he'll be open from 5 to 7 for purchases of you can come up and get your own supper.
And for all you high schoolers, just note there's no school on February 18, Friday. So come out and try some of this barbecue.
There we go. We
I did
better
not know that.
we better go make more food or buy more food to fill the freezer. So yeah, so that will be exciting, and then hopefully we can set up there a couple more days, just because it's kind of, I don't know, a central location. If we can't be at Nick's, that we can set up at Deja Vu in the parking lot. So
And we're gonna be parking that next year pretty quick.
yeah,
I mean, once the city says go, I plan on just opening the door and just going.
and we'll advertise it. And then he's also doing Super Bowl catering for the Super Bowl. He's doing wings, ribs, and then his beans if anybody wanted food catered for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So that's out on his website,
What's the website address?
AmosFlavor.com.
AmosFlavor.com.
Yep, it's FLAVA. And then his Facebook page also, which is Amos Flava Barbecue Sauce. We just posted the menu again of what we were doing.
And Heather, you're a Pella native, right?
Yep.
So where are you from, Scott? And how'd you guys kind of meet
Dallas,
up?
Texas.
And where Texas?
Dallas. I was the parts manager in the Irving location.
For Vermeer.
Or Vermeer, I'm sorry. I should have
Okay.
said Vermeer first, but I've been there. We came
How long? He came in 2004.
8. Well, yeah,
No.
4.
He came in 2004, and I was working at Vermeer at the Parts Center. So we met that way. And then I moved to Texas for 3.5 years. We had our daughter, and I was like, I need to go back home to raise our daughter. And so we've been here since 2008.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
See, I wouldn't have guessed Dallas since you're wearing the San Francisco 49ers jacket there.
He had too many run-ins with the Dallas Cowboys players in Texas, so he is not a Cowboys fan.
Nah, bro.
I am. He is not. So it's not good.
That last championship game, the playoff game,
Yeah.
was not good.
He has 3 49er helmets, and I have a Cowboys helmet, and he put my helmet outside in the snow and took a picture of my helmet in the snow. So that's how much he doesn't like the Cowboys. So anyway, that's how we met, and yeah, been here ever since. So yeah.
So the real question, this is the most important question I'm going to ask today.
Okay.
Did you bring any samples?
Not today.
Not
man.
today.
But we going to fix you up if you come through on the 18th.
Oh, I will. I'll be there.
Yes,
For sure.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll fix you up. Yeah.
Bring your appetite.
I always have an appetite, as you
All
can
right.
tell.
There's always room for something, right?
Yes.
Yeah, hopefully we can get her sister, Lori, to get the desserts going also.
Yeah, my sister Lori also has her own little thing called Butler Sweet Treats, and she does Dutch letters and like cookies and everything. So I'm hoping she can make a little Dutch letter or a cookie for everybody also. So it's all in the family.
I'd prefer cookies. I mean, I might put myself at risk here in Pella,
okay.
but Dutch letters, I'm not so much.
Have you ever had a homemade one?
No,
Okay.
I've tried the ones from the bakeries uptown, but
No, so I'll be careful what I say, but if you've never had a homemade one, you have to have a homemade one, and then
Whole
you'll
different level.
never eat a bakery one again.
okay. Challenge accepted.
Okay,
Yeah, we will.
okay. I'll make sure that there's one Dutch letter for you to take with you, so
Okay.
you can try a homemade one. So
Yeah.
they she sells them at their church stand at Tulip Time. The church makes them, and they sell out of them every single year. They have people come up and like buy 2 dozen at a time, and they take them home with them because they are so good. So homemade ones are pretty darn good. So anyway,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm just looking forward to being able to grab lunch at Nick and Lynn's from your food truck one of these days. Nick's Greenhouse.
Yeah.
Those are good folks, good advertisers
Oh,
of the Marion
yeah.
County Express, good people.
Oh, yeah.
And they've been wonderful to us. And I think we went and spoke to them because of the tropical snow that was parked there. So we're just like, hey, and they're like, whenever you get it, you just bring it here and you may park it, and when it's ready to go, you can start going. So
Yeah,
which is nice.
we didn't even get 5 minutes into the conversation. He was like, "Go get it."
Where is it? Well, it's still at
Yeah,
home.
drop
so.
it.
I've known Nick a few years. If it involves food, he's usually gung ho.
Yes.
So,
Especially barbecue.
exactly.
I
Yeah.
think that's the same with anyone. My landlord too, who we rent from, he's like, if I can have a free meal, you can park it whenever you want to there. I'm like, okay, we'll always give you a free meal as long as we can park it here. So
Yeah.
it works both ways. Yeah.
People gotta eat.
Might as well eat good if you're going to eat.
Yeah.
Right.
So when are you going to hear from the council if you're good to go?
They really didn't tell us. I know that now it has to go in front of the CDC.
Yeah.
So once the CDC makes a decision,
The Center for Disease Control?
I thought
CDC?
that too. I was like, straight up.
What is the
like,
CDC?
Are they going to pause on the COVID and like allow me to do some stuff, and then you get free barbecue shots or what? I mean, you know,
I seriously thought the same thing where we were sitting in the city council meeting. I'm like, what is the CDC?
I think it's the Community Development Committee, Monty.
Yeah.
all right.
Or like the community design committee or something too. So they like have to approve the design of something. So what
Okay.
we've been told. So
So, if you want to go after, the authentic Dutch look, I mean, I won't go there. I was gonna talk about how Amsterdam looks today versus
It's
how
a lot different.
it's a lot different
Yeah.
today.
and I think if you're on the square and you have a building on the square, I can totally understand the
Yeah.
whole Dutch front thing,
Yeah.
right? But if you are a mobile unit, then to me, like somebody said at the meeting, having a Dutch front on your food trailer is not going to make somebody come and eat the food.
No.
Your food is what's going to make somebody come
Yeah.
into town and eat it.
Yeah.
So even if we could be a destination for people to come and eat barbecue, that means that, hey, let's go to Pella at 4 o'clock, let's shop until 5 when he opens, and let's go eat barbecue. So hopefully, in the end, it can help everybody around town
Yep.
and provide business for everyone,
I was just thinking, my good friend Craig Ford, who owns Pelham Motors out there, I was just thinking like a car salesman for a second. I was thinking, why would you not want these people coming to your car lot to get food when they might also then catch a look at a car they might be interested
Right,
in or something
right,
like that?
right.
So why wouldn't you want to have your,
Right.
your barbecue truck in the parking lot?
Right.
Yeah, me and Craig have talked about that before.
Yeah, yeah.
Craig
So
has
Craig's
become-
a great guy.
Yeah, he's become a great friend of ours too. And
Yeah, love that dude.
Scott has already catered for his employees out there, and he wants the truck out there
Excellent.
too. So,
Yep.
what would be nice to know is Oskaloosa corridor. Does it just go from like the old garage building to Nick and Lynn's? Does it go from the old garage building out into Pelham Motors? Like, that's what really hasn't been specified to us. Also, how long Oskaloosa corridor is of where we could set up. So,
But we've gotten the word out good enough to individuals that want to see the trailer, they want to have the barbecue. They know that Nick's is the spot.
Is there anybody against it? I mean, if you put the Dutch front on, say for instance, you just
Only the
you-
cat says for the Dutch front.
Okay, but if you put the Dutch front on, everybody's for it. There's
Yeah.
nobody against this trailer. or
Yeah,
anything.
I think we're the ones that are kind of against the Dutch front. Like, that's not why we spent the money we spent on for a barbecue food trailer.
Yeah, this
right?
wasn't cheap, and I'm not wanting to put anything else on there that doesn't symbolize this what I want on
Yeah.
there. I
Or
mean,
you as an
'cause-
owner.
Yeah, I mean, because first off, it's a black-owned business. I want what I have on there. I didn't want to have a Dutch front put on, and I can understand their laws, but not having it.
You're not Dutch, I'm guessing.
Really close.
And I think they want to have a food trailer park across the street from DeRider Lawn Equipment. That empty lot there
Yeah.
will become a food trailer park. So it's a great place to start to not have that law of a Dutch front, because if they really want that food trailer park full of food trailers, nobody's going to come from Des Moines or Oski or the surrounding areas and put a temporary Dutch front on it. They're
Maybe we're in the wrong business, Steve. We need to be in the Dutch front rental business. We should build
Yes.
Dutch fronts, rent them out to trailers just by the day, slap them on the top,
Copyright.
maybe Velcro.
Copyright to Haps, the Dutch front rental company.
Yeah.
That's ours.
Yeah. Or you could make them so that they already, like, you just have to pull behind it.
Yeah,
Maybe they're big enough that you just pull behind it
Just
and
pull
it looks
behind
like it. But
I think we're onto something.
Yes, we
okay,
are.
let's not be onto that because that's not what we want. And I think it's hard for me growing up here to have my husband move here for me. He wants to do his dream, and it's like we can't because of something that was put in the system how many years ago. And I don't know.
Forever, yeah.
Yeah, like
Been
back in
forever.
the 1900s, nobody had a food trailer. Nobody even knew
Right.
what that was, right? And now it's 2022 and people are having them at their weddings. I mean, people are just going to Des Moines where there's a food trailers all along the street, and that's what they're doing for the evening. I mean, it's a thing that's up and coming, And I feel like a lot more people are doing food trailers because you don't have to hire as many employees, and it can be 2 or 3 people, whereas everybody knows and nobody can get employees.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be married to a brick and mortar. So I think it's something that's really up and coming that could help people get into Pella at night. I know that the Karen Isheen, she would really like us to set up at the Friday after fives that they have at the mall in
Oh,
Grot, because
yeah.
sometimes Liberty Street can't keep up with everybody, so to have a different option. So I think it would be, I don't know, I think it would be good for everyone. We're not trying to hurt anybody's
agree.
feelings, you know, it's just that let's try something new.
Little food diversity in the
Yeah.
town.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
and that won't hurt. I mean, there are plenty of great restaurants here in Pella, but adding a barbecue place, that's filling a void. We don't. I apologize if I don't remember every barbecue place in Pella. I don't know if there are any here.
There was just
So,
barbecues tried
yeah.
for a while at Boss Landon, and that didn't make it. But I don't know if there's.
That was a horrible location, too.
It was a horrible
Yeah.
location, yeah. But it's not like we're bringing in another. We're not bringing in like a pizza place, right? To take
No.
away from all the other
Yeah.
restaurants that have pizza,
Right,
or
right.
I mean, we're not Applebee's.
They
we're
should be
not
welcoming you
Culver's.
with open arms, I would think.
There's a lot are more than the
I
Dutch
think there's a
front.
lot
Yeah.
more that
Yeah.
are. I think it's just a fact of there's rules that are there right now, and we have to try to figure out what to do with those rules.
Yeah.
So-
Full disclosure, my wife works for the city, so. But I'm not saying that out of because of that. But over the years and following the city council, granted we have a new city council now, they've never really been anti-business. They've always been willing to work with people because they want business here in town, obviously, because that brings people, that brings revenue, that brings more prestige to the town. So
Yeah.
I'm sure they're going to work with you ultimately. I just wish they'd.
I hope, because you say that so easily, like they want to work with everybody, when
Yeah.
I'm seeing a different side. I'm seeing it as being a lot more difficult. They want what they want and not to give you what you want.
Yeah.
We gotta break bread somewhere.
Or just have a conversation about it. I mean, we've gotten phone calls from a gentleman that when he called us, you can just tell on the phone he was so nervous to call us. And I'm like, it doesn't have to be, it can just be a conversation like, hey, this is what the law is, or this is what our rule is. We need to see how we can work together around this, or you need to know it, right? And it was, you just kind of feel sometimes that you go 5 steps forward, but we take 10 steps back. We feel like we're making leadway, and then we're like, you're kidding me? We're not making leeway, and we're stepping back again. So, and maybe that's in every community. I have no idea. But it would be interesting to know, like, if we wanted to go to Knoxville, what would we have to do, and to look,
Not much.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't take much.
No.
But even like at the
Just
city,
put a sprint car on it and you'd be set.
right? Even at the city council meeting when they were talking about the permits and how much permits are, like nobody with the city council knew how much a permit was, or like
How much is a permit?
it's $25 for one day. I think it's $100 for a 30-day,
Yeah,
and
150, I think.
and then $300 for 6 months.
Well, that's not bad.
No, so then of course that leads to the next conversation. We need to review how much those permits are, because they've been that much for how many years?
That's what they told you?
Yeah, and then they also said that they made it seem like they made them to be a lot of money to not make people come in for them. So
So if
so
they
they
want
were-
to set the precedent of reviewing rules because they've been in place so long, maybe they should review the rule of the Dutch front since it's been in place so long
right,
as well.
exactly, right,
For a mobile
exactly.
unit.
Yeah. Yep. So, and that's what we're trying to. Lynn Branderhorst, she was the one that started it because she knew that they wanted to start the trailer park on the Oskaloosa corridor. So she's like, if we want to do that, this is the first thing that we have to review, because you're not going to get anybody to come to Pella if that's what you're going to make them do. So, yeah. There you go.
Well, good things don't come easily always, so
Nope, you're exactly right.
If it was easy, everybody'd be doing
that's
it.
correct.
Yeah, and hopefully we can lead the way for others, and we'll reap some benefits, and others can reap benefits also.
Yep.
That would be the goal. So,
Now that your wife is on city, she works for the city,
Yeah.
does she agree with the whole food truck thing? Is she on board?
I think she would be, as long as they're tasteful and they don't Yeah, I would say definitely with yours. I told her about yours after the council meeting. About the barbecue, and we're big fans of barbecue, and we kind of do think it's kind of silly that you'd have to put a Dutch front up on a trailer, portable
Mobile
trailer.
unit, yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't make much sense to me. But
What if you get something from the Department of Transportation or something like that saying that putting a Dutch front on there would make it unsafe for transport of some sort?
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Because right now, I mean, you just had to pay for a license plate for a commercial trailer, and then we just had to be inspected by the state to be certified. And I mean, that's ready. We're certified in everything that we have to in order to serve out of it. So,
Well, you wouldn't want to be unsafe.
Yeah.
no, that's a good comment.
I've seen some crazy stuff on some food trucks and trailers in the past. I mean, the DOT, as long as you're within parameter and you're not like wide load and oversized, I think they're an easy one.
Maybe it would be too high by the time you got the gable on it. That it would
Yeah.
be too high.
Yeah, 'cause I'm already 13.
I think it would be too. That's one thing about all government is they're not really good about making changes to things after they've been set in their ways for so long. That's not a criticism of Pella because that's everywhere.
Right. Right.
But I do think we need to start thinking forward on that because, like you say, it's 100 years ago now. It's not 100 years ago now. Food trucks are more common, and frankly, I'd rather go to a food truck than some restaurants sometimes.
Right. Right.
Yeah, because this all started like a long time ago.
It did.
Where I'm from in Dallas, we used to call him Roach Coach, and he was a dude in a truck that had a refrigerated on one side and a hot on the other vehicle, and he just break open the doors, and everyone would just come get ready-made sandwiches, drinks, chips, all kinds of stuff. It was ready to go, and he would speed off. So I know he had a part-time job. He was like a kidnapper on the side too.
Let's hope not.
But I mean, to me, it's like it went from that to the whole food truck industry. That little truck set the bar, and we just kind of developed from there.
You ever watch that television show, The Food Truck Wars?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you can watch that.
yeah,
It's interesting.
it is. It's crazy.
It is.
Them cats go everywhere though.
Yep. Yep.
They do some crazy stuff to get people in.
It's a cutthroat business.
Yeah. Oh
Really
yeah.
is.
When you got that much competition, like if someday they develop the food truck location, you're gonna see different varieties of food trucks come in. There may be 2 or 3 other barbecue trucks there. I'm not gonna be too much worried because I'm gonna know what I can do, and I'm gonna be confident what I can do, and I'm not gonna sit there and try to make him look bad for any reason. I'm gonna try to make him look good for whatever he's doing good. If it's gonna make him money, I want it to make me money. If they don't like what he's doing, they might like what I'm doing. They might not like what I'm doing. They like what he's doing. Do your thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
As long as it brings people in,
Yes.
everybody benefits.
Right. Exactly. Yep.
And like you said, high schoolers, kids in general,
Oh,
yeah, I mean, they're like magnets. They're the food truck flies. They want it.
Yep. I think that the younger people, as opposed to some of the older people, still have the misconception that food trucks are, you'll get sick and stuff like that from them.
They're the roach coaches.
The roach coaches, but people my age and younger, I'm kind of old, but the younger kids are, they're more used to the fact that, hey, the sanitary practices and the hygiene and everything in those trucks are probably better than restaurants in most cases.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I hope to see your truck up and running this coming baseball softball season. Because even if you park out at Pella Christian, they usually play baseball and softball at the same time. There's some money to be made there. Trust me.
Yeah. Yeah. We just want to see where the line is drawn to where we can go and where we can't go. I don't want to step on anybody's toes. I want to keep it real and just stay within the law. That's it.
Maybe we'll be in a cornfield. I don't know.
I don't know about that. I have seen Children of the Corn.
Yes. Yeah.
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 We look forward to it also.
Yeah.
And so, like we said, on the 18th, you'll be able to see it. You can check my website out. If you need me to send you some photos so you can put it out there, that's all good. Or you can follow me, Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah, on Facebook, I just looked you up. It was what was the Facebook page again?
Amos Flava Barbecue Sauce, I think, is what it is.
Yeah.
Yep, Amos Flava.
Yep.
Flava,
Flava.
like in
Like-
Flava Flav.
Yep.
Yes.
Amos Flava barbecue sauce
Without the
on
clock.
Facebook. So follow that page. I'm gonna like it right now. And yeah, come out on the 18th for some barbecue.
Yes,
Sounds good.
I think we'll have to get dinner that night there.
Yes. Yep.
Maybe we should do a live segment from it, and actually,
We should work on that.
test it out and
Well, we should test it out just to be safe, for our listeners.
just to make
you
sure.
know, to be,
Yeah.
Yeah, we're willing to make that sacrifice.
Yes, I am.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And if it's too cold and you want to do a live, you can come into the store because we'll be open yet, and you could set up in Deja Vu.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna hope for warm.
We're gonna hope for warm, but
Yeah.
anyway, it's February. You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Could be warm, could be cold. It's Iowa.
Yes.
Could be a foot of snow.
Don't say the snow word.
Yeah, knock on that wood. So, yeah.
Yeah, we've talked about your barbecue talents. Just your voice, man. I think we need to have you record our liners. Da haps, Bella. I mean, that's pretty smooth, man.
Yeah, can you
I'm
do that?
just trying
for-
to keep it quiet.
The Haps Pella.
Yeah.
Can you do that?
The Haps Pella.
The Haps. It's DE. The Haps. It's
The
the
Haps. The Haps Pella.
That is awesome. We're gonna use that now in our promos. Yeah.
We'll send you royalties. It'll be about
Yeah.
half a cent per play or something like that.
Okay,
But
whatever works. Funny.
Well, until we get everything solved as far as the city and allowing you to park, we're good here. Let us know when you're going before the CDC, not the Center for Disease Control.
and if anybody from the city is listening to this podcast right now, we want barbecue.
We do.
We want this barbecue truck in town. We want to enjoy the food. Make this happen, whatever it takes to make it happen.
Amen.
And we want to follow it all around too to feature different parts of town because the whole town is great. We don't want it just parked in one spot all the time.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
We'll put an Apple AirTag in it so we know exactly where it is at all times.
There you
Yes.
go.
Yes.
Yes,
I'm game.
me too.
Yeah, we'll keep you guys posted
Okay.
every time. I mean, she's the guru of making me put it on Instagram and social media. So if I'm gonna be out, where I'm gonna be, you'll know some days before.
Do you have a TikTok yet?
Nah,
That's where the kids are. That's where the kids
Our,
are.
our daughter does not want us to do it. I think she's embarrassed.
My daughter's the same way, but I got TikTok famous. So a real quick tangent here. A long time ago, when I first got on TikTok, she's like, "Dad, you're never going to get TikTok famous, right? You're never going to be, a big shot on TikTok." And I took that as a personal challenge. Took it as a challenge, and today I have like 35,000 followers and million likes, and yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
It
he's always
happens.
wanted to do the TikTok videos, and she's
Yeah.
like, "No, Dad, you're not
Yeah.
doing it."
because she knows I was straight clown,
Yeah.
and she would probably be jealous. So
She would. My daughter's jealous of me now. Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
the challenge was accepted.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe
yeah.
we should challenge him and see if we can get more than 35,000.
I'm not challenging him. You see how many
Well,
he's got?
I'll tell you what. If I really like the food on the 18th, I will make a TikTok and give you guys a shout out. But you have to have a TikTok account set up so I can give you that shout out.
All right, by the 18th, we'll have a TikTok account.
Very good.
Just hide it from your daughter.
Okay, we will.
Yeah, just don't tell her.
We won't.
She doesn't need to know.
Okay.
She's probably gonna hear this.
I don't. She does listen to podcasts, so I guess we'll find out.
Does she go to Pella High School?
She's in 8th grade
She's in 8th grade. Okay.
at Pella Middle School. So yes.
Gotcha.
Yep. So yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for coming and joining us today and talking some more about barbecue because we're always up for talking barbecue. So, yeah, we'll have you back one of these days.
All right.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Look to see you guys on the 18th.
Yeah.
We'll be there.
Hook you up big.
All right. I'm looking forward to it. Thanks again.
Yep.
Yep. So we'll be back.